So thank you all for coming. This is our third briefing on SAC Level 1 and 2 testable process. We've been on the road this week. We were in Dunedin on Monday and Christchurch yesterday, Rotorua tomorrow and Auckland on Friday. But it's very nice to get out without leaving. Presentation will take maybe half an hour, something like that. We're going to ask you to hold your questions till the end, partly because we are taping this, and if you ask questions, I'm not sure that the mic will be able to pick them up and it won't kind of come out very well when we put it up on the internet at the end of the week. So there'll be plenty of time for you to ask questions at the end of the process. I'm Franny Aston. I'm obviously from the TEC. This is my colleague Morgan Healy, who will help me answer some of your questions, I'm sure. And I've got Kate somewhere. Where's she gone? She's gone. There is Kate somewhere. There's Kate Carlin in the house, who will be taking down people's questions. Because this is a contestable process, it's really important that you all get the same information at every single one of these briefings, and that we answer questions in the same way, and that you all have access to all the questions that other people have asked in other presentations. So we'll be recording all the questions and putting out probably an every Q&A space up on the website for you all to look at the other questions that people have asked. Okay, so I'll just wait for these people to speak.
The other thing is if people could at least turn off or mute their phones, that would be great, since we are recording this. We don't want phones going off in the middle.
Okay, right. So, this briefing is going to cover an overview of foundation education, the policy intent and the rationale for the competitive process. And then I'll be talking in a bit more detail about the parameters and the detail of the competitive process. So TEO eligibility, the application process, how we're going to assess applications, and the timescales and framework for the decision making part of the process. So firstly, foundation education. What is foundation education? Since we last undertook a competitive process in 2012, the Ministry of Education has been doing a little bit more policy work on foundation education. Cabinet has agreed that the purpose of foundation education is about preparing learners for further study or for more skilled employment. When we talk about foundation education here at TEC, we particularly mean qualifications at level 1 and 2 on the National Qualifications Framework. We want foundation education to be targeted at learners that need it most, so those that have not gained a qualification at school or in tertiary education. The government's taking this approach to foundation education because it recognises that qualifications add, they contribute to the economy, and they provide learners with the competencies they need to participate in life more generally and in the workforce. So though higher level qualifications get the better return for the learners in the economy, foundation learning provides a stepping stone for people to progress up the National Qualification Framework to those higher levels. Foundation education particularly plays a role in 2 of the government's better public service targets. Most obviously it contributes to the target on NCEA level 2, but it also contributes to the target on level 4 qualification on the National Qualification Framework, as it's a footstep towards those higher level qualifications. Refocusing foundation education to focus on those learners who are most in need does have a critical role in achieving the 2 better public service targets. It lifts the success of those at levels 2 and it enables them to progress up the qualifications framework. So the policy intent for foundation education, it's intended to provide a low-cost way for learners to gain essential foundation skills. What we mean by low cost is not necessarily low cost to the Crown in terms of what you'll pay for foundation education. We mean that for the student, they can access foundation education for free in the same way as they would be able to if they were still studying in school. So the intent is that the learner does not take out student loans for foundation level education. It provides progression to higher level study and skilled employment, which I talked about before. It must build learners' literacy and numeracy skills. And then it also enables beginning students to learn English or to read. So we'll use the SAC funding at levels 1 and 2 to purchase provision that supports three main outcomes. So qualifications, completions of a level 2 qualification, leading on to study at level 3 and above. Completion of a level 2 qualification, leading to training or skilled employment, or successful study that enables the learner to meaningfully engage in New Zealand society in English. So the purposes of the competitive process are to drive up quality, particularly in terms of meeting those objectives that we're seeking for foundation education. We want to improve performance, and the competitive process is often successful in stimulating more innovative ways of delivery, for example. And we want to provide, we think that a competitive process provides more certainty that funding rates more accurately reflect the cost of delivery. So the 2014 competitive process is actually very broadly similar to the 2012 competitive process. So for those of you that participated in the 2012 process, it's going to have a lot of key dimensions that will be familiar to you. There are some critical differences as well, which I'm going to talk through. So the competitive process will allocate up to 70 million. The competitive process in 2012 allocated up to 40 million, now 38 million to be precise. And the process is really designed to support the TEC to purchase quality provision for the best price. I'll talk more about the process later, but the quality provision part is important in 2012, and it's going to be the same in 2014. It's a two-step process, and only those that meet the quality thresholds proceed on to the pricing threshold. And that means that we can ensure that we're buying good quality through this process and not simply the lowest price available. We think the competitive process encourages improvement in performance. And then lastly, as I said, provide education at low or no cost to learners, so your provision must be fees-free to the learner. So a number of things have changed since the 2012 process. One of the things that has changed is that we won't purchase local qualifications unless they've got a national certificate embedded within them. And the local qualification must also be on the NZQF framework. We're not making a distinction between trades and non-trades in this process. We did in 2012. And we're also putting a limit of one price on each qualification that TEO offer through this process, regardless of region, delivery cycle, volume, and less. The only exception to that is we are allowing providers the opportunity to propose a different price for provision that's offered in correctional facilities, because we think that the underlying delivery, the cost structure for delivery is different for prisoner education.
Excuse me, just speak up a little bit.
Yes, you can. Sorry, could you just repeat
or maybe you can come forward further.
Just repeat the last bit.
There's a limitation of one price per qualification, regardless of region, delivery site or F's volume. The only exception to that is provision that's offered in correction facilities, and that's because we think that the underlying cost structure for delivering in prisons is likely to be different for TEOs, so we can provide a different price for provision offered in correction facilities. Provider eligibility, so universities, ITPs, one-hour and PTEs are all eligible to participate in this competitive process, so long as they meet one or other one of the following requirements. So they must have been delivering SAC levels 1 to 2 or SAC levels 1 to 3 in 2013, or delivering FFTO, or delivering workplace literacy, or youth guarantee, or intensive literacy and numeracy, or have delivered any of that provision through a subcontracted arrangement with another TEO. Now the purpose of this is that we do want to make sure that we are contracting with providers that have some experience in delivering within foundation learning. So we're not allowing complete new entrants into the system. Also there's one more eligibility requirement, which is TEOs must have a category of 1 or 2 as the EER rating from NZQA. There's a few slides now on the requirements. These will be, I think, broadly familiar to people. TEOs may not subcontract the delivery or assessment or all part of the qualification purchase through the process. We're going to purchase a minimum of 15 Fs for each TEO that is successful through this process. So we're not going to purchase just 10 Fs from one provider through this process. Our transaction cost becomes too high, so there's going to be a minimum of 15 Fs in order for a TEO to be successful in this process. That doesn't mean that every provider is going to get 15 Fs. It means there's a minimum of 15 Fs if you are successful in this process. Provision must involve synchronous learning, so it must have some substantial real-time contact with the tutor. Extramural provision without synchronous learning will not be funded. It's impossible to define what we mean by this because distance learning goes from one extreme to another extreme, and it's very difficult to say, like, this is the line and we will fund it on one side and not on the other. So if you're not sure whether your course meets that definition, we're going to ask you to contact us through the email address that we'll provide later to provide us with more detail about your intended delivery. And we'll probably ask you some questions about it and get a feel for which side of the line your proposed provision sits and tell you whether or not it's eligible for this process. There's some requirements associated with qualifications, so we're only going to purchase full qualifications, so 40 credits or more on the levels 1 and 2, our national certificates or New Zealand certificates. One of the things that's new in this process is that we are now going to be funding NCEA level 2 through SAC funding. We have been funding it through Youth Guarantee, but we haven't previously funded it through SAC. And as I said before, we'll only purchase local certificates with an embedded national certificate. I think all of these requirements will be familiar to those of you who are either delivering SAC or delivering Youth Guarantee. So all foundation education must be embedded with literacy and numeracy. All learners must be assessed using the literacy and numeracy adults assessment tool. All TEOs must report using the SDR. TEOs must have programme approval and or accreditation to deliver the qualification proposed in the application if you're successful by the 31st of October 2014. So if you don't have it by then, we won't be funding you, and we'll reallocate that funding elsewhere in the process. All the other requirements of SAC apply. These are all available on our website. For example, we don't fund regulatory compliance through SAC, so we don't fund health and safety through this process. Learner eligibility, so there's some learner eligibility requirements in line with the policy intent of foundation education being aimed at those who have not previously got a level 1 or 2 qualification. There is a cap on the number of learners that already have a level 1 and 2 qualification, so there's a cap of 10%. So that means that if you're offering a level 2 course, only 10% of your learners can already have a level 2 qualification. Similar for learners enrolled in matrimony Maori, but it's a two-step process. In 2015, 20% of learners can study at that level if they've already got a qualification at that level, but that drops down to 10% in line with the general generic foundation education by 2016. There is no cap on learners studying in ESOL or terrain qualifications. I've said this a number of times, but TEOs will not be able to charge any tuition fees for SAC levels 1 and 2 qualifications funded through this process. Learners may, however, be entitled to access part of the loan and allowances scheme. That does depend on study link and MSD's particular eligibility requirements for loans and allowances, but they may be entitled to access that. And our preference is that learners who are aged 16 to 19 should be supported through Youth Guarantee. Youth Guarantee offers the learner both their travel costs and we fund pastoral care around it. So our preference is the younger learners are supported through Youth Guarantee provision rather than this. But there is no learner cap there's no eligibility around age in SAC. So if you have a 16, 17, 18, 19-year-old, you may offer provision through this, but if you are funding for Youth Guarantee or a TEO in your region is funded for Youth Guarantee, it may be appropriate to direct them onto that course.